Hey there everyone. In this video, we will showcase our product for the food industry, the Restaurant Analytics and Business Intelligence tool, Rabbit. Rabbit is a simple, lightweight tool built on the Microsoft Excel platform. This tool can be used in any food establishment, let it be like restaurants, cafes, and many more. There are two main aspects to this tool. One is the data entry, which is the information that needs to be entered in this tool, and they are the purchase data, the usage data, sales, and expenses. Based on the data that is entered, the tool will then provide dashboards and reports which will give you actionable insights. The dashboards will give the snapshot of the operations, including the stock on hand value, the day, 7-day, month to date, and year to date performance, including the key performance indicators like food cost percentage, revenue per available seat hour, sales per head, and table turn time. In addition to these, you will also get the sales, menu items, and dine-in performance, the reorder report, and also the unused stock report. So, let's do a walkthrough of Rabbit. This is the main menu of Rabbit. It's divided in two categories, one called the home menu and the other setup and dashboard reports. Rabbit has multi-level access. So a level 1 user will see only the home menu, that is sales up till the reorder and unused stock report. And a level 2 user, in addition to the home menu, can also see the setup and dashboard report section. Let's see the main dashboard first. The goal of the main dashboard is to provide a snapshot of the operation. This provides the day, previous 7 days, month to day, and year to day performance of the operation. The different metrics that are displayed here is the sale, food cost percentage, the purchase, expenses, and profit. And based on the selections of customer type and time of day, you would also see again the sale, average order value, sales per hour, revenue per available seat hour or RevPASH, sales per head, and table turn time. The dashboard is also intelligent. Based on the targets that have been provided, the dashboard will automatically indicate all the metrics that are not matching the expectations. So every cell that you see which is colored red is not matching the target. This part of the dashboard provides the previous 7-day performance of the operation. The dashboard also provides the present stock on hand value. This dashboard is also interactive. All the yellow cells can be selected by the user. The top half provides the numbers and metrics for the complete operation. The bottom half metrics have the capability to be drilled down based on customer type and the time of day. So the user can select, let's say, the dine-in part, and then the dashboard will be updated, both for the numbers and also the food category, menu items, and both the sales and time of day performance. In addition to this, the user can also select the date for which the report needs to be generated. Let's take a look at KPI dashboard now. This dashboard provides 3 KPIs over a period of different times. The 3 KPIs that are tracked here are the food cost percentage, the revenue per available seat hour, and sales per hour. And again, this dashboard has some interactive capability based on the date and also the customer type and the time of day. The horizontal line in each chart is the target. This will give you a quick snapshot of how your KPIs are performing based on your targets. Let's look at the sales dashboard now. This dashboard gives you a quick overview of the sales and again is totally interactive. What you see on the right side here are the different charts. The left side of the dashboard are all the options that can be selected by the user. Let's say if one wanted to drill down to see your dine-in performance, all they need to do is click out here and then the charts will update. This can then easily be combined with any other selection. So let's say I see here that the morning seems to be performing better than other segments, and if I want to drill down, I can select the morning in the day segment, and now I see the performance for dine-in morning part of the day and how the sales has been. And in that, let's say if I wanted to see the performance for the month of May, all I need to do is to select May, and then you see the performance in May where the sales has been 4.25k, that is $4,250, and this is how the performance has been The options are unlimited. This type of reporting can be really powerful in understanding how the operations are running, and it also gives the capability to drill down based on any of the options here. Now let's look at the menu items dashboard. This again has a similar structure to the other sales dashboard, where on the left the user has the option to select variables, and on the right you get some information. So let's say now that my top item is the menu item 2 and I wanted to see the performance specific to that item. The user can then select menu item 2. It will show me how it is performing from dine-in to, let's say, another platform of sale, and what the weekday performance in quantity is for that item. And let's say that now I wanted to do my analysis based on the category of food. Let's say I wanted to find out which mains are selling more. All I need to do is select my main, and then my top 10 item list and the bottom 10 item list will get updated based only on the main food category, and so the other charts. This dashboard is really simple to use, and the user can drill down and find out how each menu item is performing. Let's see the dine-in dashboard. In this dashboard, the user has the capability to see how a table and the different servers are performing. This dashboard also provides the performance of the different servers and also the performance based on weekday. So if the user wanted to see the performance of a particular server, let's say server 1, it will show you how the performance has been, which tables they've served. There is also a purchase, usage and expenses dashboard. This dashboard provides the purchases, usage and expenses information of the operation. The purchase dashboard provides the information of purchase per month based on category, the different vendors, and also the top 10 items based on amount. In the usage dashboard, again it shows based on the quantity how much of a product has been used, and the expenses can again then track your different expenses like electricity, rent, salary. Another report that this tool can provide is also the reorder and unused stock report, which provides the stock report of stocks which are at a reorder level. In addition to the reorder report, there is also an unused stock report which gives the detail of the stock which has not been used for the past 14 days. These two reports will help the user to ensure that they have optimum level of stock always maintained. Now those were all the dashboards and reports in Rabbit. Let's see the data entry segment now. To begin with, let's start with the setup file. This is the first sheet that needs to be updated when you start with Rabbit. The cells in yellow need to be filled by the user based on their requirements. To calculate all our KPIs, we need to provide the tool with some information. After updating the setup file, the next file that needs to be updated is the list file. This is basically the different drop-down list options which is available throughout the tool. All these lists can be modified by the user based on your choice, which makes this tool really dynamic. After updating the list, the next two sheets that need to be updated are the raw materials and menu items. So let's go to raw materials. This is the table of the raw material. The user just needs to input information in all the headings that are white. The last sheet that you need to enter for setup is then the menu items. This is a very simple sheet. Let me just zoom in, where there are only two fields that need to be entered. One is the category of the food and what is the menu item name. So that's it. We've seen all the sheets where we need to enter the data either during setup or very seldom. The sheets where there is going to be a regular data entry are going to be sales, purchase, usage and expenses. So let's start with sales. So this is the sales sheet. It may look overwhelming, but it's actually really simple. Let me just walk you through it. The blues and the green columns is where the data needs to be entered. So let's enter a new order. Let me choose today's date. So it is 4/6/20. Let's say it's a dine-in order, and I'm going to put an order number 030000313. Menu item I'm choosing, let's say the salad. We just entered it today. Quantity as 1. And since it's a dine-in, I need to fill in the information of the server table number. So let's say it's server 3, table 7, and it comes in at 12 p.m. up till let's say 1 p.m. So let's say that this order contained more than one item. So I'm just going to fill in that data and just copy and paste the information here. Since the server, table number, time in and out is going to be the same, I can again copy and paste this information. And then let's say that they ordered menu item 6, 2 quantities. So we fill the blue section of the sales sheet. Now starts the green section. The green section is filled only one row for each order. So I'm going to fill in that information. The number of people, let's say, were 3. The bill amount, I'm just going to put 50. Tax percentage, it's going to, let's say, 0%. There is no discount. So the amount was 50 and they paid using cash. So that's the way you enter the information in the sales sheet. It's really simple, as most of our options are drop down and should not take much time. If you have a system which is providing the sales data, you can also copy paste that information into the sheet. Just ensure that the right columns are being copied. Now let's see our purchase sheet. So this is the purchase sheet, again divided into 2 categories. The blue part needs to be filled by us and the red part is automatically calculated by the tool. Then comes the usage section. Again, a really simple data table to be filled in, where you have to fill in basically 3 cells. So the final part which needs to be filled by the user now is the expenses sheet, where they need to fill in the date. I'm just going to go ahead with it. What the category is, all again dependent on the information we put in the list section. So the data entry, as much as possible, is going to be through drop down list, which has a twofold advantage. One, that it's going to be really simple and fast, and two, it'll ensure that there are no errors. And then they need to fill the amount, and then there's a place to enter your remarks, let's say May month or something. So that's it. These are the different aspects of Rabbit, where a user needs to first set up the tool by filling in information in the setup section, list section, raw material section, and menu item section. And on a day-to-day basis, they need to fill the information for sales, purchase, usage, and expenses. And then the tool will provide all the different reports with actionable insights. We truly believe that Rabbit is a great addition to your food business, as it has the capability to provide actionable insights and information that you can act upon and ensure that your operation is running smoothly.